I'm so pissed off right now, man. Talking about I was trying to get some engagement. Okay. You trying to get some employment too.
Ernesto Williams, Shirley's husband, was caught up in a web of serious allegations that included fraud. His arrest in 2022 was the result of these serious accusations, which placed a dark pall over Shirley and Steve's already troubled marriage. Furthermore, Ernesto's legal issues became even worse, and these charges led to a hefty 23-month imprisonment as a result. However, recent events have added new obstacles for Williams, which makes the plot more complicated. He now faces 5 new counts relating to SA, which has dramatically increased the seriousness of his situation. Not only have these new accusations fueled his legal difficulties, but they have also cast a harsh spotlight on Shirley Strawberry's private life. What does any of this have to do with Steve Harvey? You might be asking. And why is Shirley the target of his purported rage? Well, a rumor that shocked Tinseltown was the beginning of it all. According to rumors, Steve, who calls himself the king of matchmaking, was the Cupid who introduced Ernesto to Shirley. Yes, you heard correctly. This romantic relationship is said to have involved Steve. He appeared to be actively involved in Ernesto's elaborate proposal to Shirley, which took place on her radio show, directly next to the big man himself. The real kicker, though, is here. During the proposal, Shirley didn't even recognize her man's voice. Back then, some people could have considered that endearing, but let's move forward to the present day, and it's even stranger than a bad Hollywood remake. How in the world can you not recognize your own husband's voice, really? You start to wonder, did Shirley even know this guy? Or did she simply lose herself in the moment's sparkle and splendor without realizing the maelstrom she was about to enter? That's not all, though. Fans' suspicions that Steve was the mastermind behind this affair appear to have ruffled Steve's feathers to the point where Shirley had to take drastic damage control measures. And what an apology! Shirley recently revealed that Steve was not involved in helping her meet her present husband. Nope, the matchmaker was a previous friend. Imagine a story twist. The story doesn't end there, though. A leaked phone call between Shirley and Ernesto, which has been making the rounds on the internet for a while, is thought to have added to Steve's animosity. Oh no, she's not. Dan. Wow. You know, she saw us as the aide. You did inform me about that. That doesn't make me feel good. Yeah. Shirley Strawberry and her imprisoned ex-husband had a private discussion that was never intended to be made public. But when the audio from this chat appeared online, things took an unexpected turn. Shirley talked about her stay at the Harvey home as a guest in this allegedly recent chat. She made some suggestive remarks regarding Steve and Marjorie's relationship while complimenting their lavish spa and exercise facilities. Shirley casually mentioned how much she admired Marjorie's luxuriously furnished spa area to start off the conversation. Marjorie has her own spa and exercise facility, she remarked. She may visit there daily to receive massages. People visit her home to work out with her and do other things. Oh my God, what a dream, I thought. The discussion, however, became more interesting when they brought up Marjorie's appearance. Shirley reacted to Ernesto's question by saying she didn't believe Marjorie was looking old and that she thought Marjorie looked wonderful in photographs, despite the fact that she hadn't recently seen her in person. Williams seemed to imply that it had been some time since the radio teammates had socialized together in another exchange, and that Steve was probably happy to see her. He was glad to see us. He usually invites us over there, and we never go because I don't know if she's there. You know, she's him. Nope, Shirley seemed to support this. She sees us as the help because, well, that's just how it is. In summary, it seems like Shirley feels an uncomfortable sense of uneasiness when Marjorie is present, a feeling that Steve, who is apparently scared of her, seems to ignore. Both supporters and detractors were shocked by Shirley's open remarks, which were meant to be a private dialogue between herself and Ernesto, but rapidly leaked into the public eye. The impact of the exposed calls spread quickly and widely. It didn't take Shirley Strawberry long to realize the seriousness of her remarks and feel forced to tackle the problem head-on. She decided to express her sincere apologies on the Steve Harvey morning show. Shirley added, and right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said during the performance. I wish I could, but I'm not able to take anything back. She also expressed her sincere regret for unintentionally stoking the ongoing Marjorie and Steve Harvey adultery accusations, which had recently garnered widespread media attention. Shirley said, "What can I say to you after this, happened?" While appearing to be in a state of shock. I was inconsolable. Devastated beyond words. Evidently, she was concerned about how her remarks may affect both her professional standing and her relationship with Steve Harvey. I considered every possibility, such as losing my job and how to deal with you. Everything that I'm going through, is exactly what I'm going through. And I've been going through it for more than a year. Meanwhile, Steve seems to have accepted the apology with dignity and compassion. He admitted that it was an insider who had leaked the calls, which made it much harder to handle. He remarked, "However, if it is not rumor and it comes from a trustworthy source, you should believe it." It then changes into something else. Steve understood that she wasn't trying to hurt anyone. He said that with everything else going on at the moment, the timing of it was unfortunate. And although Shirley didn't mean to appear to be piling on, that is what happened. As I said, I am aware. I suppose you would respond that it was recorded since, as you are aware, everyone who hasn't received that call does so now. Please be aware that your cell phone call is being recorded if you call full county. Steve highlighted that Marjorie, who had been the subject of intense media scrutiny, was his main concern. He said, "This is something I've never done before, and it's been so ugly for my wife, man." Steve vehemently defended Marjorie's character and faithfulness, underlining that he would not allow unfounded claims to destroy her reputation. "It's been so ugly for my wife, and I've stood there trying not to say anything," he said. "The woman I married is a good woman," he declared. "The finest thing to ever happen to me was meeting her. She is a devout Christian who values loyalty, faithfulness, and kindness. I don't give a damn what anyone says. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl," he continued. "The best woman I've ever met is my daughter, and she's one of the best. And why do you jerks out there have these blogs, acting like you're just going to wreck someone? I'm not sure what that is about." Fans have now reacted to Shirley's apologies, with one in particular saying that Shirley had every right to express her feelings. She only uttered it on a recorded line, which was her lone error. She might have thought Marjorie was staring at her in that manner at the moment. People cannot be told how they ought to feel by us. She deserves praise for even coming on air and issuing an apology. To do that, you need to be a real woman. She must now attempt to improve her relationship with her daughter. "Deception and heartbreak is genuine," a second supporter chimed in. "Her eyes opening makes me joyful. From the start, Ernesto was a con artist and a swindler. It is preferable to go to bed alone rather than with a foe. Her reputation, work, and family ties have all been harmed by this circumstance. All victims need prayers." Despite all the sympathy she is getting, Steve is reportedly still upset that Shirley Strawberry was aware of Ernesto's troubled past, and that she may have been aiding him for some time. You see, she was steadfast in her conviction that Ernesto had put his shady past behind him despite the suspicions and rumors that surrounded her companion. Shirley confidently started a road of love and commitment with him because she had unshakable faith in his transformation. Ernesto started a spectacular makeover that seemed almost too good to be true in an effort to get past his questionable history. In the center of Atlanta, he opened a hip barbershop that catered to the city's elite, including famous people and powerful people. He simultaneously entered the field of private security by founding a company that offered security services. It was truly amazing to see how Ernesto changed, and for a time it seemed like Shirley had been successful in making him an honest person. It was an inspiring tale of redemption that demonstrated the strength of love and the potential for personal development and change. But as the saying goes, old habits are hard to break, and soon the carefully crafted facade of the new Ernesto started to crack, revealing the truth.